Hi, welcome back to Howcast. We are live streaming again today on YouTube. We are here at the Lambs Club restaurant in the Theater District in New York City, and we are here with celebrity chef Geoffrey Zakarian. Geoffrey's going to be making a few delicious dishes for us today. Geoffrey, can you tell us a little bit about what you're cooking?
Sure. One dish I'm not going to cook. It's actually an amazing tomato salad, the prime of summer, which is right now, even though it's September 14th or 15th, I believe. And then we're going to make a lobster roll, which is a little bit of a cooking challenge, not too much, but two of my favorite dishes.
Me too. That sounds delicious.
Should we start?
Oh yeah, let's see what you can cook up.
So a tomato salad. Everybody does tomato salads, and they usually toss them and make a mess of them. So what we're going to do here is try to do something very sort of formulaic and really bring out the tomato. So the first thing we're going to do is we need tomatoes, right? So we get these from local farmers, and they're really amazing. They're from Exton Farms, and they're just at their peak of their ripeness. Right now it's September 14th, and this is really an amazing time to enjoy this. So what we need is we're just going to cut these very simply, straight down. And you see that right there, how beautiful that is? It's just very slightly soft. It's really amazing, and nothing smells better than a tomato off the vine. Can you smell that? All right, I didn't think so. Anyways, cut right down straight, and we're not going to waste any of this tomato. I'm going to show you a little secret. We're just going to peel it off here, and at the very end, you're going to take the base of the tomato off, and you have a little juicy square here. And so all you really do is have that left over. Okay, a lot of people waste tomatoes. It's a terrible thing to waste, a tomato. Now, I peel my tomatoes. So this one is already peeled since I took the end of it off. I'm just going to place it here, okay? And I'm just going to stick a very sharp knife underneath, and I like to take the skin off. And these tomatoes, the skin comes right off because they're very, very ripe. And I just place them on the plate in no particular order, just sort of artfully, but also in bite-sized pieces. So it's really easy to eat for the customer. And I have actually a yellow one here that's really amazing. And I have another yellow one here, a little cube, that's from the bottom. And then I have a little secret, which I do, is I take some green tomatoes, which are really, really bitter and tend to be really tough, and I pickle them. So it's a pickled tomato here. And so this gives a little depth to the salad, so you don't just have, it's sort of a cooked salad when you pickle it. All right? Take one of these and put it here. And then...
Geoffrey, we had an interesting question from one of our viewers. They were curious what your favorite tomato varieties are.
Well, these are all heirloom, which means old seeds. It's not very simple. And there are thousands of tomatoes that are available. I like these. These are beefsteaks and German beefsteaks, but you know, they come in all shapes and sizes, and whatever the farm sends me, I use. Mm-hmm. I don't specify one because sometimes they're just not available. It didn't grow well, it rotted, or it didn't come up yet. So they just pick what I like and what they have ready.
How do you know what a good tomato is?
Well, you can just feel it. You see it and you touch it and you smell it. And it smells like the vine. You know, there's that smell of that green vine when it's just picked. And so that's really the key. But these are amazing. I really have great farms that work for me, so I really feel very confident in what they send me.
You have friends in all the right places.
I do. So we're going to finish this up. And what I did also is I took little cherry tomatoes and I put them in the oven with a little salt and pepper and a little extra virgin olive oil for about 10 minutes, so they just wilt. I'm going to put these on the plate here. So we have a slightly cooked tomato, you have a slightly pickled tomato, and then you have these fresh farm tomatoes. And it's already beginning to look nice. Now, as you know, I don't like to waste anything, so I took all the other tomatoes that really, really were too ripe, maybe from the day before I had the salt, and I put them in a food mill with a little salt, and I made a little puree, and it's just the most incredible flavor of tomato and salt. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit on top. And already you can see this dish really looks really appetizing. And you notice I'm not putting any vinegar whatsoever because there's salt and the tomato. The tomato is very acidic. You don't need vinegar for it. Okay, so we have one more layer of flavor to go. I'm going to put a little extra virgin olive oil. This is a really great Tortorello. Just drizzle it on top. And the last thing we do with the salad, the very last thing, is we season it. We don't put any salt on until the very end, because if you keep putting olive oil and the tomato juice on top of it and you put it after the salt, you pour it over and the salt comes off, so it really doesn't stick. So this way you can see what you're salting, and it's nice beautiful sea salt, as you can see. On top, just a little bit, you don't need too much. And you can put an onion. I mean, I don't really think it's necessary to put an onion, but a nice onion would be nice, just a little bit of red onion. You can call it a tomato and onion salad if you like, and you don't have to put the onion. Okay, just a few rings.
So, Chef, what are the best months to eat tomatoes?
Right now.
Right
Right
now?
now.
End of the summer, beginning of the summer?
1st of August to 1st of October. Actually, right now, the end of September, they're really like very heavy and delicious and amazing tomatoes, and they gotta go fast because they
I don't think a lot of people expect that. I think they
no.
always
Well,
think
this
midsummer.
particular season's been amazing.
Really good. It's
The
been a
heat,
good
the
tomato
water,
year.
yeah. So, I mean, I'm getting these now on the 14th. These are the best so far. As you can see, all of these came today. They're just
Really?
in spectacular
So everyone
shape.
should go out and buy some
Yep.
tomatoes?
So we're just gonna finish it. Look how easy that is. A little basil
Gorgeous.
and a little bit of Reggiano. This is a little Parmesan cheese or Pecorino Romano, just on top. And there you have it. Summer tomato salad.
Delicious. And what's up next for us?
We have my favorite, a Maine lobster roll. And I've been trying to do this dish for the longest time in New York City. And the problem with lobster rolls are, most of them are lousy. They're just lobster that's cooked and tossed with a lot of mayonnaise, cold mayonnaise, and you get a really cold, uninteresting flavor. So I'm trying to do something really radical here. So I'm going to do a lobster roll that's warm, and then we cook it in butter very gently, and we serve it with our own chips. So first thing we have to do is make the chips.
Wow, warm lobster roll.
Yep.
That sounds really delicious.
So we're going to take some beautiful potatoes, Yukon Gold potatoes, and we're just going to spread them out on the paper towel to dry them. You can use these French fries, but I like these because they're just a little more, you can make them in advance and a little more fun.
So, Chef, someone else wants to know, hear about your first cooking job.
My first cooking job was at a restaurant called Lum's in Massachusetts. And Lum's was I was a fry cook. It wasn't very glamorous, but I learned how to use this machine here, which I'm going to show you right now. So maybe it came in handy. So we're just going to drop these potatoes in here. You can hear them start to sizzle. This is very easy.
Now, do you need a fryer to do this, or can someone do this at home?
You can have a fry later, or you can use a pot of oil. It's very simple with a pot of oil too. I prefer to have a small fryer because a pot of oil can get a little dangerous, if it boils over. So that looks good. So we're gonna let them shake them a bit here. And the minute they come out, the secret to a good potato chip, the minute they come out, you need to salt it. Because you have a small window of time before the potato gets crisp and cold, and the salt bounces off it. So you won't be able to get inside. All right, we have that. I'm going to get the salt right away here. I use kosher salt.
So someone else in our audience wants to know if you have any other favorite lobster rolls in New England.
There's a couple of good clam rolls, but not really lobster rolls. I had one down on Lafayette Street. I believe it was Ed's Lobster House. It was really good. But it's really hard to find a lobster roll that's not cold and gooey and just really mayonnaise-y. So that's what I'm trying to avoid here. In some lobster rolls, it's like very little lobster. So this lobster, we put 1.5 pounds lobster, so I'll show you. So our chips are almost done. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to put them, salt them over the basket, and right on our paper towel. Very simple, all right? I'll leave that here. Okay, next. Next, we're going to take lobster. Now, this is 1.5 pounds lobster, and this has been poached in cold water, salted. And that is, believe it or not, what 1.5 pounds lobster looks like after you take everything out of the shell. So it's very dear. You have to make sure you don't waste any. And this is the knuckle meat. These are the 2 claws. And this is the tail. So this is going to be, the entire lobster roll is going to be 1.5 pounds lobster. And 1.5 pounds lobster is now running about $6-7 a pound. So it's not cheap, but it's really magnificent. And here is how I do my lobster roll. This is a little sauce I make with water, butter, and lemon. And I just put them in here. And what this does, it's an emulsion. And what this does is it keeps the lobster really, really from getting tough. And we put it on the fire, and we don't boil it, but we just keep it very warm. So it's like a hot butter bath. And it's not drawn butter. It's butter with water that's emulsified. And what it does is it gently warms the lobster and brings it up to temperature, but slightly cooks it. Now the lobster's already cooked, just about fully, but this is just going to finish it. And the key to this is to get it to that point where it's warm in the roll, crusty, and delicious before you put the sauce on top. So, the roll, very important. Old-fashioned hot dog roll cut on both sides, which are really hard to find. I had a lot of problems finding these, so we actually had to make them ourselves and cut them on the side. So we just take one, put a little butter, right? You can put it in a fry pan or on a flat top. We happen to have this beautiful griddle here, so we're just going to take advantage of that.
So, Chef, some of the people in our audience want to know how old you were when you started cooking.
I was actually this is a second career for me. I was an economics major, and I was going to University of Massachusetts, and I did get a degree in economics. So I say I started late, probably about 26, 27. So there is hope if you want to be a chef.
Follow your heart.
All those Wall Street guys are turning into chefs now. It's kind of funny. After making all that money, they come and make no money because we don't make a lot of money, but we have a lot of fun and we love what we do. Okay, so if you can see, it's just barely boiling here. And you see it's completely immersed in this liquid, all right? When it comes out, we're going to treat it very similarly to the lobster salad. We're going to season it just at the end. You see that nice golden crust here? Really important. You've got to get a golden crust. All right.
You know, some people in our audience are curious about your stoves and what kind of gear you use here.
Well, this is a beautiful oven and a beautiful kitchen. I'm very lucky to have the gentleman, son Chatwal, who built this kitchen for us. It's all jade range. This is all custom made just for this kitchen, as is most kitchens, because, you know, it's about space and you have to utilize space the right way. So this range is all put together. We designed it together, and the gentleman built it for our needs. So it's really beautiful, but it's all jade, J-A-D-E. I wouldn't recommend it for home use. Okay, so we have our butter poached lobster. It's come up, it's just, if you can see it, it's just perfectly cooked and it's beautifully untough, which is really important. So we're gonna make a little salad, and the salad is just gonna be a little tarragon vinegar, a little mustard, salt and pepper. And we're gonna toss our salad lightly. This will be a little garnish for the plate. And we're just gonna line it up here. Oh, your taste is delicious. That's really good. A few lemon spears, which I think you don't even need, but some people like to put lemon on their lobster roll. All right. And then we finish this. So we put the bun here. Very simple what we're doing next. We're just going to go in here with a big pair of tweezers. These are really great kitchen tools because they allow you to go in here without using a spoon and get what you need. So we're just going to take this lobster, you see, drain it on here a bit. And you can see it's warm. So this lobster roll is actually warm. And that's even more beautiful, because you know it's cooked right for you when you picked it up. A little bit of salt and a touch of hot pepper. And then we're just going to stuff it in, okay?
That is definitely decadent.
That is decadent, all right? We're going to stuff it in. We get the knuckles there. So every bite you have lobster. There's no celery, there's no mayonnaise, there's no filler, there's no fake lobster, there's no cabbage, there's no coleslaw. And these two beautiful claws go right on top.
So, Chef, we have another question from
Sure.
Giannis20081. He's just curious what your workday is like and how many hours a chef normally puts in.
We get in, I tend to get in, my chefs get here before me, but I get here about 10 o'clock and I leave about midnight.
Long day.
Usually 6 days a week. Now, a little bit of, this is a really great hot mustard and mayonnaise. Very simple. Hellman's mayonnaise and a little bit of hot mustard. So you just drizzle it on top, and there you are. My favorite lobster roll in the world.
Well, thank you so much, Chef. Those are two beautiful dishes. And again, we're here live from the Lambs Club. Chef, do you have anything else you want to wrap up?
You know, I'm hoping everybody to come down and see this new beautiful hotel that we're in and the new restaurant. We're very excited to be here, and we're 5 days old, so come on down.
Yeah, it's a stunning hotel, I have to say. We saw it firsthand. Kitchen's beautiful. Everything is really top-notch. Everyone, come on down.
Thank you.
And yeah,
Thanks
thank you
very
much.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.